Why is it so quiet? Is it quiet on your guys' end, or is it just me? Hello, chat. How are we? Hello, hello, hello. Is the music quiet on your end? Because it's like super quiet on mine. Happy birthday again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is it your B-Day? It is. June 5th is my birthday. Soon to be dad. Yes, soon to be dad. True and factual. My voice just cracked. I'm going to be a dad. Oh, I see why it's so quiet. Gonna be a dad and my voice still cracks. Feels bad, man. Flaming Fire, hello, hello, hello. Finally catching a stream. Feels bad. Feels good. Oh yeah, Stub, you're not on Discord anymore. Yeah. All right. We'll go over it. We'll go over it. I think I've missed an episode or two. Congrats again on that. Yes. I'm excited, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Not that I didn't think it would ever happen or anything like that. Since I wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, as soon as it actually happens, you're like, you're floored by everything. What's up, Rems? How you doing, man? Welcome, welcome, welcome. The music's a bit loud. My bad, my bad. It's quiet on my end. It's like 60. Like, I can barely hear it on my end. I agree. I fucked with my settings the last time we streamed, and now it's all messed up. It might be really loud for you guys right now. I saw the announcement earlier. Congrats, my guy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, I rebooted my computer. I think that might be a problem. All right, I think I figured it out now. All right, how is it now? Good for you guys? My apologies. All right, put a 1 in chat if you're not in Discord if I need to go over this. Put a 1 in chat if you're not in Discord. We'll go over it. I just want to see how many people I'm going to be rehashing things. I guess I can give you guys a little more insight if we go over it. 9 gems wasted on 2 attempts. Feels bad, bro. Feels bad. I'm supposed to do mine with AR either later today or Saturday, I think. I forgot what I told him. Do you need 5, though? I'm officially going to exit exam mode on Wednesday. Feels good, man. All right, well, Stubb's here, and he's not in the Discord, so we're going to go over it for Stub. All right, guys? Let me blow this up. All right. So, in case you guys want to rehear it, you want to hear it straight from my mouth, or if you have any questions or anything, you can feel free to ask. But we're going to go over the Discord announcement today. Big ol' long wall of text, but TLDR, I am going to be a dad. All right, everyone. So it is my birthday, and I normally like to make a video where I touch base with you guys about my life and mental on my birthday, but I kind of want to stream today, so instead, what happened? Fuck, man. I mean, I have it written down on my phone. Stop. You crashed it, bro. You crashed it, bro. You crashed the server. We got DDoSed. Fucking Discord, man. Every time you try to do something cool, all right? All right, we're back at it. All right. So we're gonna do a post here instead. So finally, it's time to come clean about why there has been a severe lack of videos and streams the last few months. As you've noticed, there has been like, I don't know, a handful of streams, maybe 1 stream every 2 weeks, and basically no videos for 2 months solid. Well, that is because in March, Jelly told me that she is actually pregnant with our first baby. True and factual. I found out at the beginning of March. I think it was like the first week of March, like literally the first week of March that she told me. I was immediately hit with excitement and terror, and then I made a laundry list of things that I need to get done. One of the main things was getting the baby's room put together. That is the room that I've been working on so hard that has been eating up all of my time. Now that that's pretty much done, a lot of things are cleared, but I still have a few more things to go. Anyway, so for the last 3 months, I've put a lot of stuff on the back burner, focusing on getting my to-do list done, as well as taking care of Jelly, which is true. She has had a terrible pregnancy. She is dealing with this pregnancy horribly. She is nauseous all the time. She's extremely tired all the time. She doesn't have energy to do. She's very, like, scatterbrained, and I'm trying to keep everything together for us, which is what you do as a man, which is you as a man, it's your responsibility to make sure the house keeps running even when things aren't going smooth for your wife, and that's what I'm doing. So, obviously, I don't mind picking up the slack for her. That's obviously just what I got to do, right? And other things needed to take priority, so YouTube got pushed to the back burner. Unfortunately for you guys, and unfortunately for me, even because I enjoy doing YouTube, but we just haven't been working on things like we normally would. So anyway, like I said, there's still 3 big things on my to-do list. Those would be staining my deck, getting my gardens put together, and getting the yard ready for Jelly to hang out during the summer. I want to make the summer as enjoyable and easy for her as possible, and I would like to get our deck to be a nice chill place for her to go outside and read and stuff like that. I got to get my deck stained. I got to get the lawn furniture put together and stuff like that. I want to get like the little kiddie pool that she likes to sit in put up. So I want to get all that done within the next 2 weeks. But anyway, very soon we should be able to get back to our normal flow of things, 1 or 2 streams a week, maybe at least 1 video a week. I want to get back into that, and she's encouraging me to do that because she sees how much I miss doing this stuff. Here's the big kicker, though. As a warning, the baby is due in December, and if everything goes to plan, honestly, I don't know what's going to happen with the channel at this point. So, obviously, YouTube is a big time sink for me. I've talked about this many times before. It can take me anywhere between 4 to 6 hours to make any type of video, and I don't know if I'm going to have the time to dedicate to that as much as I do right now, because obviously babies take a lot. So I don't know exactly how that's going to work. Now, I'm not going to fully commit to saying I'm going to quit YouTube. I don't want to say I'm going to quit because I genuinely enjoy doing this stuff, but also I recognize that I'm going to be fully strapped for time, and at least for the first few months while we develop, especially for the first few months while we develop new routines and new normals. So, again, I really enjoy doing YouTube. There's a reason why I've been doing it for 5 years with basically no success by your guys' standards. And that's just because I don't view it as a job. I view it as a hobby, and I really enjoy it. And I enjoy, streaming. I enjoy making funny content if I can. I enjoy just giving my opinion about video games. Obviously we only do Brawl Stars, but my original intention was to do all types of video games and stuff like that. But anyway, all that being said, if I have to walk away from it, I'm not upset because there's new chapters going on in my life. There's new things going on. However, for the next 6 months, people, and I don't want you to think of it like this, I do not want to dwell on quitting YouTube. I want to enjoy what we have left. We have done crazy things here. We have built a very strong community. I still want to do Brawl Against Cancer in October. I want to try to get that done as best I can. Now, at that point, Jelly's going to be in the 3rd trimester, and it might be a little bit different, but my general plan is to do another Brawl Against Cancer and see how we do. Maybe it won't be like videos nonstop or whatever, but maybe we'll do streams that all the money generated by the streams go right to it. So maybe we do something along those lines, but I want to do it again because I think that was a great thing that we did, and I want to do it again. I want to run it back. I want to just make videos. I want to enjoy our summer, and most importantly, I want to have a good time. I don't want to just sit here and make it feel like I'm on my deathbed while we're streaming, while we're making videos. I don't want every comment to be, oh my God, I'm going to be so sad in December. I want to enjoy this stuff, and I want to make sure that we're having a good time. So, try not to focus on that. Maybe come closer to December, we'll talk about it some more. But again, I don't plan on quitting entirely unless you hear something change different. I want to focus on enjoying what we're doing. You know what I mean? So let's not view it like we're on a timer here. Let's have some good times, all right? So that's the deal. Any questions, comments, concerns? Jam about to hit Unk status, bro. I'm hitting dad status, sir. Oh, but I am getting old. I'm 33 now. Java's here. Hello. Happy birthday. Thank you. What up, guys? Decorating baby room sounds fun. We put it together. We still need to decorate it and stuff like that. Wonder Red, hello, hello. I hope Jelly's all right. She's doing okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope it's a boy. I already know the gender. I'm not giving you guys any hints. We will maybe do a gender reveal stream at some point, Jelly and I. Her and I will have to talk about it, how we would want to do it and all that. I do have names picked out if you guys want to know those. I've said, Jam, like I said, take all the time you need. Yeah, I mean, obviously I have been, you know what I mean? But thank you for them. I appreciate it. I know you're understanding. I hope he won't get a phone until he's 15. I don't know about 15, but I do want to push it off. Since when was Jam married? Bro, I've been married since before I started YouTube. What year did I get married? 2019 I got married. So I've been married this will be year 6 in July. Jam's a big boy. Jam is a big boy with big secrets. Brawl against cancer? Question mark. Brawl against what? Do you guys not remember? You guys don't remember what we did in October? How we raised $700 for cancer? Jam Jr. Called it. It will be Benjamin. Is that your name? No real ones? For real, man. You got names prepared? Question mark. I do. Are they going to play Brawl Stars? If they want. I'm not going to make them. If it's a she, call her Gwen. No. Bro, it's not the Middle Ages. I'm not naming her Gwen. No offense. That's when I started my membership. See, Froma knows what's up. Gender reveal? Hell nah. We're not going to set something on fire, man, all right? All right, so names. So if it's a boy, I want to name him Vincent Westley. And if it's a girl, I want to name her Cecilia. And we haven't really picked an official middle name, but we're leaning towards Blair, Cecilia Blair. So we're picking one of those. So one of those two names. The Blair is up in the air, but Cecilia is definitely going to be the first name. And then Vincent Wesley, 100% would be the boy's name. What's Brawl Against Cancer? It's an event I did last October. I didn't make it like a big deal. Only in streams did we make it a big deal, but I took all the money. Baby pudding is better. We took all the money my YouTube channel generated through the month of October and donated it to cancer support. So it was like, it's called the Pink Fund. It's a nonprofit organization that helps people deal with the aftermath of recovering from their cancer. So paying off medical bills, paying off, any type of debt that was accumulated during cancer and getting back on their feet after, in case, you know what I mean? Like if they got wiped out if their money got wiped out during their cancer, say they lost their job or anything like that during their cancer recovery. So that's what we did. I did that in honor of my mom because my mom was a breast cancer survivor. Jam, I was 9 when you got married. Cool. I was 27 when I got married. So anyway, that's what's up. That's what's going on. Gonna be a dad. Exciting stuff. Triple my age is wild. I don't know if you know how numbers work. I don't age 3 times faster than you. Numbers, we age at the same time, sir. It's just you were younger. So I'm not 66. What if they play Brawl Stars and is a Lumane? I don't know. I'll very strongly push them away from that. Who even knows if Brawl Stars is? Who even knows if Brawl Stars is gonna be around when they're that old? You know. My Discord crashed again. What is up with this? What happened to this? What happened to this app that I love? What happened to my app? It's back. We're not dropping frames, are we now? Wait, it's your birthday? Wake just DM'd me and said it's your birthday. I gotta get going. All right, Stub. Well, thank you for hanging out. Glad you got to hear the news. We'll see you later. If the kid ever finds out about us, I hope it's not a he. It's not a she yet. I'll tell you guys what it is. Anyway, I hope they will like us too. Who said I like you? Lumi, Edgar, and Clancy are good in the challenge. Are they actually? I mean, Lumi's good everywhere, right? By the way, small news. I passed the certificate exam, 300 out of 300 score. See, Mohammed, I told you. My bad, my bad. I don't want to go to jail. You won't go to jail. I just want you to know. I mean, I know what the baby's gender is, but I'll tell you guys eventually. But I haven't told my real family yet, so I'm not gonna tell my Jam family yet. You know what I mean? Are you proud of me getting over 700 out? Are you proud of me getting 700 hours over the school year with a 4.0 GPA? Yeah, man. Good job. Does he or she have a godfather or going to have? Yeah. I mean, technically to be a godfather, you need to get them christened, and I don't know if I'm going to get them christened. Because I myself am not religious, so I don't want to push that on them. I don't want to act like I'm religious and force them into it. Misgendering is a pretty big deal. Sorry. You can't misgender a baby, all right? What, are we not really family? No, we're not. No, we're not. Being on a church isn't very religious. All right, man, it was an abandoned church, man. Relax. Relax with the church accusations. It was, for all intents and purposes, it was just a building, all right? It was just a building that used to be a church, all right? What if they opened up a casino in that church? Would it still be a church? No, it would be a casino. So, in my eyes, it hadn't been a church for like 30 years. Happy birthday. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. It was a building that was vaguely shaped as a church. It used to be a church. A casino and a church are both very important. Yeah, we are family. Okay. That event is going to haunt you for the rest of your life, Jam? Maybe, maybe not. I don't think about it. I think you guys think about it way more than I think about it. You know what I mean? To me, it's just something funny that happened to me when I was a kid. To you guys, it like defines my persona. You guys bring it up way more than I think about it. The only time I really think about it lately is when you guys talk about it. Still got till August before mine. Your birthday? Oh. That is a little ways off. It's not too far off, though. It's the end of summer. Are we the distant online uncle of the baby? Possibly. Your Uncle Chat. Uncle Chat. The collective chat. I have talked about Jelly. Yesterday I was talking to Jelly about how we're going to like do streaming and stuff. And I was like, well, first off, if you're not home, like I feel like I don't know if I should stream when you're not home because like I would have to have the baby up here, like, and I don't know how you feel about the baby being on camera and stuff like that in case like they need to be picked up and fed or anything like that. I don't know. I can definitely at least edit with the baby in the room. What have you done? I played Deltarune for 6 hours by myself. Today, nothing. I worked for a little bit today. Well, actually, I stayed late today. I worked an extra hour today because my boss bought me pizza for my birthday. Well, he bought the department pizza for my birthday, so we got to eat pizza at work. Anyway, we had a pizza party. And then when I got home, took a little bit of a nap. When I woke up, I had some coffee, and then I started stream. Jam fam better than the real fam? I don't know about that, but you guys can tell yourself that. Don't be mad about my Terra Mastery. You still haven't pushed her? Dude, it's the Mastery Madness event. You haven't pushed her? Speaking of which, I haven't pushed any Mastery. I'm going to miss my chance to get this title. Dude, they're not removing titles, right? There has to be a way to get Brawler titles eventually. Look at your DMs. Bro, why you got 21 Terra Mastery? What the hell is this? This dude has not played. What the hell, man? You know what? Whatever. Don't play my brawler. It's fine. I don't care. It's fine. No, titles are moving to records. What the fuck is a record? What are we talking about here? Ah! I didn't stay on top of the Brawl Talk stuff. Honestly, I don't feel like looking into it. You guys want to watch Kairos Time's honest review? It's like a half-hour long, so it's gonna eat up some time. I planned on watching it, but if you guys don't feel like it, we don't have to. But I planned on watching it. It's up to you. My Bonnie was at 46K. I'm just happy we're talking. Aw. Sams, you know what's sad? We didn't play any ranked last season. The last season of ranked, we didn't do any. I gave up like 8 quests not doing any rank. Jam should review accounts. What is there to review on a Brawl Stars account, honestly? How many trophies you pushed? Okay. Your max rank? Okay. Your masteries? Those are going away. I don't know. May I leave, Jam? I have got to prepare for tomorrow. Go ahead, man. You don't have to ask to leave. Just say bye-bye. I got stuff to do. Bye-bye. See you later, Jabba. All right, Jabba's gone. We can talk about him now. Kidding. Relax. Mastery in hours? Whatever. Alrighty, chat. It's that time of the year again. Kairos dropped a We Need to Talk video. He dropped his 100% honest review and how ultra legendary brawlers are problematic. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I wish he would have dropped this video and talked about this before the brawler actually came out. Now, to his credit though, he did drop this saying that I bought Kaze, don't do this. So he did try to discourage people from buying Kaze, which is one thing to note. But I wish he would have talked about this before the brawler actually came out. That way people didn't buy it, like feeling the need to buy the brawler. Anyway, let's see what he has to say about his thoughts on ultra legendary brawlers. Let's see if he's got any good points, anything that hasn't been brought up before. Because sometimes he does have some good, insightful stuff. As always, make sure you subscribe to Kairos Time. Make sure you watch all his videos. And yeah, let's get into it. Let's see what he has to say. Alrighty. Kairos Time. Glazing is done.
Hi, it's me. It's Kairos. It's been a while since I've done a 100% honest review video. In fact, it's almost been a year, just over 11 months since my last one.
Yeah,
honestly,
really
until this update,
anymore, huh?
there really hasn't been too much that's been controversial. Like, there has been, obviously. There's always stuff going on, but not something that I felt like was really worth talking about. You know, there was some stuff like Buzz Lightyear was too strong.
Jam, can I come out of the basement? No. You're stuck down there. Bye, chat. Bye, Jam. I'll still make thumbnails for you if you need them. All right, I'll let you know, Jabba.
Kind of ruined the game temporarily. But even he got nerfed, and I actually really like that update a lot. I did not have very much to complain about. It was just like a poor balance. I don't know. I know people hated it. I loved it. I thought it was so fun playing Buzz Lightyear. It was so busted. Anyway, the point is that nobody really wants to hear me talk about how great the game is, right? Like, if I did an update review video,
I think, yeah, I agree that there's no point in just constantly glazing the game. Now, you could say the same thing about constantly complaining about the game too, but I think it's different. Like critiquing the game, you can actually bring up some good points, but if you're just constantly glazing it all, it just gets annoying and it makes you seem like you're bot.
I'd be like, yeah, Buzz Lightyear's busted, but I'm having fun.
Was the Kairos Time collab? Probably never, bro. I won't say never, but I'll say probably never. 99.9% never.
That's the video. Ha!
Are you buying the Switch 2? No, I'm not. I'm not gonna buy the Switch 2. There's no system sellers for me. Like Mario Kart World is cool, And there's like a couple of cool games like Donkey Kong Bonanza, but for the most part, it's just like I can wait. Now, if they dropped it with like a new Mario or a new Zelda or something like that, I would definitely be down. Or something that looked interesting, but yeah.
Even worth me making a YouTube short on that? I don't even think so. But we actually have a bit of drama to cover with the most recent event, the sushi event, not to mention ultra legendary brawlers. So yeah, here I am. So massive shout out to Supercell for bringing me back to the 100% honest review. Future Kairos here. I filmed this video before the Mastery rework announcement, and I'm going to wait before I review that until after we actually get a chance to see it. So you're gonna have to hang tight for that. Yeah, anyway, let's continue. Before we get into the drama though, let's start off with some very rapid fire opinions on some of the worthwhile, well, there's been a lot of change.
Aren't Switch 2 games like $80 or something like that? I think it depends on the Switch 2 game. Like Mario Kart's going to be $80, but I think like smaller titles are not going to be. So just think like your headline ones are definitely going to be $80. Should have been called Exotic or something like that. I mean, the name's dumb, but I think the idea of them is a problem too.
Changes that have happened in the last year. Let's talk about the biggest things. First of all, the rework to ranked, loved it. Especially the Pro Pass. It's actually way better for progression than I thought than ranked.
It's really weird how people are burning out of ranked. Like a lot of people have been like starting to hate on ranked. Like everyone liked the Pro Pass being added and like the reset progression and stuff like that. How it didn't reset you all the way back down to bronze and like the addition of the Pro tier. A lot of people were like really excited about that. And now I've seen a lot of people pushing back on that within the last couple of weeks. Too sweaty, possibly. Yeah, maybe. For me personally, like I don't push up that high, so I don't really know. But I feel like for sure, like a lot of like pro players don't enjoy it anymore. Too much ranked. Yeah, it does kind of force you to do a lot, right?
Ranked ever has been in the past, and it actually feels worth playing now on my free-to-play account. There was no reason for me to play my free-to-play account before. Legitimately, like no reason, and now there's actually a lot of resources and rewards for me to go for. So I'm like,
that is a good point too. I think that's why it was good that they put like star drops and shit in there, because like the old rewards were just cosmetic. It was bling and skins, and that was really it. And everything else was just kind of like whatever. Oh, and you got like, you know, sprays and profile pictures and shit. And that's still some of the rewards, but now a lot of it is star drops, which can add to your progression, which can help you progress your account, obviously.
Actually really liking the rank change. Also, like small changes to like, you know, having 3 maxed out brawlers or trial brawlers each season.
Only bad thing is tail rewards for how long it takes. I have not even gotten to the tail rewards. I also really love
the next big thing was the trophy rework and the trophy boxes. Now, I haven't been personally grinding them out. I really can't say too much about what.
To me, trophy boxes are kind of pointless. It's way too grindy for a trophy box. 3,000 trophies to max out your trophy box is insane, man. And granted, I don't have a lot of brawlers over 1K, and I don't really push those brawlers that are at 1K, but at 3,000, the idea of pushing 3,000 brawlers in a single month, or 3,000 trophies in a month, is insane. Like, I don't even push 500 trophies in a week, and I'm supposed to push 3,000 in a month. That's insane.
What the game feels like past 1,000 trophies on a brawler, but I have been enjoying getting more resources with just the basic trophy box than before the reset. Like, it's just been good. The Angels versus Demon event, right? That was insanely good for progression. I really enjoyed the SpongeBob collaboration as well. The last year has just been a lot of really, really great updates for Brawl Stars, and the game has been growing and been...
It's funny how he says it's been great. I keep pausing. I need to listen to the guy talk. It's funny how he says, like, the last year progression of updates was really great. And I think to an extent they were, but also they did the events way too much. And that's like, we all got event fatigue from it, and we wanted like big changes to the game, and we didn't get that. And he's like, oh, it was great last year. And like, to an extent it was, but also they didn't really do a ton to fix the game. Like the ranked rework was the beginning of this year, right? So like, what does he mean?
Been just doing so well for so long. This year, things have started to slow down a little bit, at least for total views on YouTube. That's the one thing that I can see.
I actually feel like Brawl is struggling right now. 100% it is.
I don't know about actual player numbers on the Brawl Stars side of things, but I imagine that they're slowing down simply because the number of people that are actually watching YouTube videos on YouTube seems to be a fairly good reflection of how the game is doing in general. So, you know, I don't know. Yeah, well, we got some complaints to talk about. And for the most part, any of these complaints that I've had are like really small in comparison to like all the awesome changes that we've had in the last year. Like there's been small things, but like last year's been pretty great. But I do think it's very important for me to share my honest opinions, especially when there's a lot of community feedback, because you know, I think the community is
the new rework. Plus, I think about getting the old
like,
collabs may bring it back.
Like Supercell's evil or something.
I mean, the new reworks. Plus, I think we are getting a collab may bring it back. It possibly could. I think they need to find a new format for collabs, though. I feel like what they do with like mutations or Wasabi or Angels vs Demons or what was the other one? What am I forgetting, chat? You know, the idea of having like the shop and then, you know, I don't think it's necessarily the theme that works it. Anyway, I think the idea, the format of it, like mutations, Wasabi, Angels vs Demons, the idea of having like a mutation on your brawler that gives them like some kind of upgraded ability or something like that. Plus having like a shop to buy things out of. The other one was Toy Story with the shop and all that, or like plus having the ability to have a shop. I feel like the format is burned out a little bit because we've seen it 3-4 times now, and I feel like they need to find a new gimmick, a new way to present the collab to us rather than doing some kind of mutation plus shop type setup. You know what I mean? Or like another thing they do is like opening a special type of drop, whether that's mega boxes, Wasabi, the Angels vs Demons star drops. Angels vs Demons was the best iteration of it, in my opinion. There was no shop tied to it, and your normal daily star drops got boosted. They had better multipliers on them, and you got all the rewards tied to that. And then the progression through that was tied solely to how many drops you got throughout the month, so it rewarded you for your play over the course of the month or whatever. I feel like that was the best iteration. And like Wasabi wasn't terrible, but it was very frustrating, and I feel like the drops were really bad. And then I hated Toy Story and SpongeBob. Just the idea of having a shop that I got to collect currency and play every single day, that was super annoying to me. But anyway, I don't think the theme, personally, for me, I don't think the theme is what's going to sell the next collab. I feel like the actual presentation of it is more important. All right, let's get back to Kairos.
And that's just not the case. At least not for Brawl Stars. I don't know about the other Supercell games. Like, well, I'm not going to go there. But I think it's important for me to start this video talking about how great Brawl Stars has been in the last year. It's not been perfect, but it's been really good. But yeah, I'm just going to call it how I see it. I'm not even pretending to feel like, I'm not even saying that my opinion is the best and the ultimate way. It's just my opinion. That's what these videos are about. I'm being 100% honest with you guys with my feelings and my opinions. So that's what we're doing here. Starting off, I think that a lot of the drama that we see in this update has just been really over-exaggerated, which is usually the case with a lot of drama in life, right? But I do think that a lot of the points that I've seen,
Bro is holding back and trying not to say squad busters.
Have been, they're legitimate and kind of worth considering. So I hope that
you could dunk on squad, but the only one you can't really dunk on is Clash of Clans because that's just kind of doing its thing. But you could dunk on Clash Royale for being a total cash grab that everybody knows it's a cash grab. And you could dunk on squad busters for just being a general failure.
Brawl Stars team is able to, I don't know if they're watching this video, but if they are, they can take some of these points of feedback that I've been noticing and kind of apply some things to make future events and updates even better. So what I want to offer is a logical opinion on what I think that Supercell can learn from this. And I think that the biggest topic I would like to cover is Kaze, a super expensive brawler, the first ever ultra legendary brawler. But before we get to Kaze, we need to talk about the most recent Wasabi and Sushi event. Complaint number one that I saw a lot of people mention is the fact that a ton of Wasabi powers were straight up copies from the mutation power-ups that we had about a year ago. And this feed.
So part of that I do think is a valid complaint because it is kind of boring and it's very much less exciting. But I also feel like part of that was because this update was a little more rushed than what they anticipated planned. Like they were supposed to do some kind of collab. And then my understanding was the collab pulled out at some point for whatever reason, and they had to kind of slap the Wasabi event together. And for what it was, I think they did an okay job. I was more upset about the rewards rather than the actual mutations, but I feel like they could have done a better job if they had more time.
Feedback, it's so funny. It's really funny to me.
I
the
know.
reason why is because when mutations first came out, the biggest complaint was people saying like, well, why are the developers wasting time on temporary power-ups instead of spending more time making permanent additions to the game? Like, don't give us mutations, give us more hypercharges for the brawlers. Why'd you make 30 mutations? You could have made 30 hypercharges, right? Like, that was what people were complaining about a year ago, which I get that feedback. I want permanent additions into the game way more than I want temporary power-ups, even though the power-ups are fun, right?
He is right though. People did complain about them not spending enough or spending too much time on mutations and no permanent features. He's right. He's totally right about
So
that.
I get that feedback, but then this update, the complaint that people are saying is they're like, oh, well, the devs are being lazy for copying power-ups that they've already developed for a temporary event a year ago, which a lot of people that are playing Brawl.
I think lazy is not the right word to use to describe how you felt about it. I think the idea is it's not as exciting, it's not as interesting because it's just rehashing things that we've already seen. Just like how I complained about how the Toy Story shop was basically just a reskin of the Krusty Krab shop. It wasn't exciting. It wasn't interesting. I didn't like the Krusty Krab shop. I wasn't going to like the Toy Story shop. Same thing with mutations. If I've seen the mutation, I'm not going to enjoy the wasabi power if it's the exact same thing. I wouldn't say lazy, but no other ideas. It's not even no other ideas. Again, I think they slapped it together because of the supposed collab pulling out at the last minute. So I feel like that's why they reused a lot of it. It was rushed. Yeah, I think rushed. And I do think it's not exciting. It's boring. And I think complaining about reusing old shit like that so close, like less than a year apart is more accurate. It's boring, but reuse mutations are whatever. Yeah.
All Stars right now didn't play mutations at all. So this is the first time they're experiencing it. So like, what is it? Do you guys want the devs to spend more time on permanent additions? Or do you want them to spend more time developing temporary power-ups that are different from mutations?
I could send it to you.
What do you want?
If I could, I would.
Yeah, obviously we want both, right? But like,
I'm sitting on 700
gems.
This,
like, the logic is like I'm just like, it doesn't make sense. So in my opinion, I really don't think it's fair to call the devs lazy for copying a lot of the power-ups from last year, especially because they're not all copies.
I would love to share.
And this year, we actually got 60 wasabi powers, which is 20 more than the 40 mutations that we had last year. Now, a lot of those are also like copies of other ones, you know, like Meeple and Angelo all shoot their 3 ammos in 3 separate ways. Like, it's the same ability, right? But also, those are two very different brawlers, and so it affects them a little bit differently. Anyway, I don't know. These wasabi powers were honestly a lot more balanced than the mutations were last year. They were way...
Were they more balanced? There were definitely more broken. There were definitely broken ones for sure. Like, they didn't balance... Well, not till the end did they balance Hank's. Kenji's was stupid, especially when you paired it with his hypercharge. I don't know. I feel like the game was still very much unplayable if you didn't like mutations. Like, on days when... That's another reason why I didn't play a lot last month, because Wasabi's just... I didn't enjoy him, and when it was on Brawl Ball, I didn't feel like playing the game, because I didn't want to play a mode that I didn't like, and I didn't want to play with mutations.
Less frustrating to play around. Some of them
9
were.
days for the
definitely
balance
really
mutations.
strong. But they also did a round of balance changes in the middle of it to make things a little bit more balanced.
In the middle?
I don't know.
Kairos, it was
That's
at the
how I
end. It
felt
was the
about
last week.
Mutations, right? I'm not saying that people's feedback isn't somewhat justified. I understand why people are calling the devs. I really don't know. I don't understand. They're not lazy, okay? They're saving time and giving us a great event. They even increase the number of special abilities.
Dude, I got sick of the
also
wasabi
developing
power
permanent
over
game
and over
modes
and over
and
again.
additions into the game, like new hypercharges and new brawlers. Yeah. Would have been cool if we would have had 60 completely unique wasabi powers with no repeats from mutations, right? But like, let's be realistic here. Like, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with what we got.
And also a complaint about that is that like some wasabi powers just actually work really well for the brawler, right? Like Edgar's is really fun to use. What was another one that I liked? Finks is pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like, is it broken? Yeah, absolutely. But that's kind of the point of the wasabi powers too at the same time. Like, Finks's I didn't mind because while it made the brawler frustrating to go against, it wasn't like oppressive like how original Rico and Ruffs were. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Some reusing some of those powers was fun because they work really well for the brawler. So like I wouldn't say they need to make new wasabi powers, new mutations every single time. But, you know, when half of them are reused. I can understand people's lack of excitement of it. I'm never going to be a big fan of mutations anyway, personally, because I feel like they break the game too much and it's just unfun to play, especially when there's like super frustrating ones that are overpowered, like Hank's, and they never get balanced for the entire event. Lumion, what up? We're just doing a little reacting. We'll play the game in a bit.
And I enjoyed playing them a lot more than I enjoyed the mutation event.
No.
It's hard for me to remember exactly a year ago, but I had a lot of gripes with it, with mutations. And a lot of those gripes didn't happen this time. It was pretty good. So that's how I feel about the gameplay of this event. But what about the rewards? I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. The rewards didn't feel great.
Yeah, the rewards suck.
It's not that they were...
The main rewards was just skins, right? Like, you got a hypercharged skin if you open 200 wasabi or sushis, blah, blah, blah. And other than that, it was kind of like, I don't know. What else was the point? Progression didn't really get buffed that much. I don't know. At least for me, anyway. I didn't play it much, but I don't know.
They were bad. They just like...
It didn't feel like rewards.
I think that people saw the rewards and were like, oh my gosh, I gotta play every single day. I gotta tell all my friends about this. This is so cool. Like give me more wasabi power. Or like, I don't think anybody, well, maybe somebody where people were doing it. I don't know, there's a lot of people who play Brawl Stars, but I don't think a majority of people were, right? This is actually really tricky. Different players prioritize different things in special events and stuff like that. Some people, all they care about is progression. Other people, they don't care about progression. They know they're never gonna unlock every single brawler and max them all out. So what they really want, cosmetics and skins for their favorite brawlers.
What up, what up, what up?
Some people, I mean, yeah, they care about those things, but what they mostly care about is just having some fun. So we kind of already talked about the fun aspect of this event. Well, I don't know. We'll get back to it. Let's start off by talking about progression. And when I say progression, I mean coins, power points, brawler upgrades, gears, star powers, free hypercharges, and stuff like that. And there were 3 reasons why I felt like... I don't want to say this
I'm a cosmetics type of guy.
It's like,
I'm weird because, like, I will always want to have more coins because I need more coins to get all the hypercharges, which is the last step I need to be able to max out my account. But also, I recognize that I'm getting towards the end of that progression cycle and that eventually I'm going to be at the point where I have all the hypercharges and I'm just stacking coins for the next brawler to come out. And when I look at it like that, I'm more of they should do more cosmetics. But the problem is I don't care about half the cosmetics. The only cosmetics I really care about are skins. Other than that, I don't give a shit about sprays. I don't care about pins. I don't care about profile pictures. I only want skins. So whenever they release any type of cosmetic and tie it to an event and tell me that's a reward, I see that as a bummer. So when I look at it like that, I would rather it just be progression tied. But I also recognize that, like, to me, it should be better to get cosmetics. And that's why I like, but again, the only cosmetic I care about is skin. I need more skins. Waiting 5 months for me to unlock motherfucking Kaze. I got her today. What up?
Well, yeah, we did get free.
It'll be the last time I'll be able
to
sit on
didn't live up to the
5,500
expectation. And I don't feel like it was worth the hype. First of all, progression-wise,
I haven't unlocked a brawler with credits in over a year, so I'm perfectly fine with having 10 day credits.
Just like, you just get like 1 or 2 a day. I mean, you got 2 if you played your 8 matches every day, but beyond those 2, there really weren't too many additional ways to get sushi rolls. I mean, there were ways, but like you didn't get very many, as opposed to like the very end of the event where you could get up to 5 additional ones every single day for the contest, right? Second reason why I feel like this update kind of like was lacking when it comes to the rewards.
I needed to use all my trophy roads and mastery credits. I was finally able to claim. So I was finally able to claim my trophy road, and I only needed, because I had them saved up from the Brawl Pass, I only needed a few out of my mastery tracks, and now I'm just sitting on more that I'm never even going to be able to claim.
Wasabi powers, which are temporary power-ups, they are not progression. They don't buff your account at all. So every time you got a wasabi power, especially for a brawler that is under-leveled, or a wasabi power that wasn't great in comparison to a lot of the other ones, when that happened, it was just like a downer. It just felt like a waste, right? The third reason why I felt like this update was really lacking when it came to the progression side of things is that when you did get resources, most of them are like 50 coins, and people do need coins, and coins are good, and those do add up. But you didn't get a whole lot of additional like free hypercharges. On most of my accounts, I only got 1 free.
Why do they want to remove mastery? I'm going to be real with you. I do feel like the mastery system is a little bit boring for what it is. Like, they haven't adjusted it at all. I don't think it's a bad system. I think it is nice for tracking your progression of how much of a brawler you play. 100% I recognize that. But it also de-incentivizes playing brawlers after you hit gold 3 because it doesn't keep tracking how much. So, like, there's that aspect of it. And also, it's like a lot of the rewards are just kind of like, a lot of people push for the early rewards to try to get the credits and the gold out of it. And then the end rewards are kind of just like bonuses if you really want to get a brawler the special profile picture, the special pin, the title. And I feel like that aspect of it kind of loses some of its luster. So I understand wanting to rework the mastery system. With that being said, I don't think it needed to be entirely removed. I feel like it needed to be reworked a little bit, like rewards, maybe spread out the cosmetic rewards a little bit throughout the mastery track instead of backloading it as much as they did and making the early rewards kind of boring. Maybe, adjusting the cap, how much mastery you earn per day and all that stuff. Make it easier to actually push a mastery on a brawler when it's not just mastery madness other than that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there was aspects to work. I didn't think it needed to be ripped out entirely. There is speculation that they're removing mastery simply for the reason that people are able to sit on their credits from mastery forever. But you can do that with any aspect of the game. Like Trophy Road, you can sit on those rewards for as long as you want. Mastery, you can sit on those rewards. You can sit on the Brawl Pass rewards for an entire month if you want, like I do. I think Brawl is declining, so they are trying to rework and do as much collabs as possible to try to get players back into it. It's possible. I mean, we all recognize that the game needs some kind of long-term maintenance, right? Like we can all agree on that. Like the game all last year didn't have any permanent features reworked until the very end of the year with the trophy rework and stuff. And then we got the ranked rework at the beginning of the year. So maybe like doing things like this is fine, but I like what other, we need a PowerPoint rework because PowerPoints are totally useless once you get to a certain point. Like I'm sitting on 50k PowerPoints and I unlock one brawler at a time and I only need 20,000, not even 20,000 of them every time, like I need like 10,000. I haven't reached 92 mastery titles, Supercell, why? So I don't know what other aspects you want them to do, like rework and stuff like that. But I mean, this is just one area that they can improve upon, and I'm fine with it. But I understand people complaining about the timing of it, especially with the ultra rare legendary brawlers coming out. All right, let's get back to Kairos time.
Hypercharges from those sushi rolls, which is really actually pretty low in comparison to this SpongeBob event. I don't remember, this is just off the top of my memory. I'm pretty sure I got 3 or 4 free hypercharges from the SpongeBob event. I could be making that up. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking in the past in rose-colored glasses.
I think he's lying because I don't even know if I got.
I
think I got one,
more than
but
one.
I know.
Man, I got
again, the SpongeBob didn't really play that much.
It was great. Even from Angels versus Demons, it was great.
Angels versus Demons was very good.
Eventually, if you played super diligently and then you unlocked all of the wasabi powers, then all of your sushi rolls would go towards other resources and cosmetics and stuff like that. And that is when the progression started to happen. But that the progression really didn't happen until way later. It was end loaded as opposed to being front loaded. A front loaded event would mean you get all the good resources right at the beginning. An end loaded event means that you really don't get a whole lot of resources, but then at the end they start pouring in a lot, and that felt not great. Anyway, the fourth and final week was really just the best way to get sushi rolls, and that just meant that the progression resources really only happened if you were super diligent about playing every single day. But because
that's a valid complaint, is that like the early parts of the event, especially like the first week and a half, felt like nothing. You got like 3 sushi rolls and that was it. Like, it was not like hype at the release. It was hype more towards the end when people were already bored of the event, Like, the first week was literally just what? They brought the new game mode and you got 3 sushi rolls per day, and that was it. And then at the end, you got contests and shit, and you were getting showered with sushi rolls. But if you're like most people, you don't care about the end of the event as much as you care about the early part. You want to get in early and see how things are, and then if you like it, you'll stay to the end. If you don't, you're going to leave. And this one was unfortunately more loaded towards the back end.
Because that didn't happen for a while, it really made the event feel like it wasn't worth playing at the start for a lot of people. And that just killed the drive for some people to really care about the event or tell their friends about the event or come back to the game to play the event. Especially when you see people complaining on social media about how,
the moment I spent 80 on sushi, 80 gems on sushi, they got
I'm not saying the event wasn't,
we got free sushi.
Was bad. I'm just saying, if people's perception is that the event isn't good, that's going to spread.
To be fair, I did warn people on Discord that they were going to start giving away free sushi. Remember, I said it like 2 days before, and then the next day they're like, hey, creators, we're going to start giving out sushi. And I was like, called it. And then they gave up a whole bunch more. Anyway.
Around. Somewhat. Not to every single player. Not everybody's on social media. Most players actually aren't. but it's going to have an impact, you know? Second reason that people like events is because of cosmetics, and I think that cosmetics are actually very similar to the similar story to the progression side of things. There were so few sushi rolls given early in the event, and it made it feel like it was going to be impossible to get the 200 sushi rolls at the end in order to get the prize skin, the hypercharge upgrade to the Cursed Kenji skin.
You seen it go down on Twitter? What is that?
Right? Legitimately.
What's going on down on the twitter.com? I haven't been on all day. It's better for my mental health if I'm not on there all the time. I had to buy sushi because mine never slip. Oh, never split. Elon and Trump? Fuck them. Let the girlies fight.
If you miss just a few days throughout the whole event and you had bad RNG for the sushis to split, that was all it took for you to not complete the whole event and get all.
That's like you, King Dice. Bad RNG and missed a couple of days. Ha! Sucks for you.
All the rewards. And there were just so many barriers of entry to getting the prize skin. It's
like the battle of the cringe, you know what I mean? Who's more cringe, Elon or Trump, you know?
Weren't in a good enough club to
I was 7 away
from
hypercharged Kenji's
chances
skin.
were you weren't going to get the prized skin. If you weren't skilled enough to consistently get the top 2 or 3 in the contests or in the final week, chances are you weren't going to get the prized skin.
If you were too busy remodeling your baby's room and you couldn't play Brawl Stars every single day, you didn't get the prize skin.
If you didn't follow Brawl Stars' social media pages or the creators to get bonus sushi rolls, chances are you weren't likely to get the prized skin. If you didn't get good wasabi powers for brawlers that you have maxed out, chances are it was going to be harder for you to earn more.
I want to recognize that they dropped this event at the worst fucking time. You know what I mean? Like, if this event was this month instead of last month, I could have actually participated and made content about it. I couldn't even do Brawl Talk last month because of it. God damn it, dude.
She rolls to get the prize.
You know what? It's Jelly's fault. She got pregnant at the worst possible time. You know what I mean? Like, she couldn't get pregnant at an easy time. She had to get pregnant, like, right when there was, like, fucking events and shit going on. How unsensitive of her. Yeah, it's her fault. Exactly.
Skin. If you had bad RNG and your sushi rolls just didn't split frequently enough, the chances are you weren't going to get the prize skin. There were just so many factors in this event that really required like ultimate dedication if you wanted all of the rewards, and that made a lot of players just give up hope on
Jam's fault for having a good time. Yeah, you're right.
Completing everything. On my free-to-play account, I got the prized skin on the second to last day of the event.
I feel like you had a hand in it. Me? No. I'm innocent, all right? She made me do it.
3 days of gameplay progression, I would not have gotten it. Like, think about that. 3 days out of 4 whole weeks. I know mathematically it doesn't like work out, but you guys get the idea here. It's just like, it just kind of crushed people's dreams a little bit. I am not going to say that I feel like every player deserves the ultimate prize skin, right? Like let's be real here. That skin took a lot of time and dedication for the developers to make, and it's an expensive skin. And they created an opportunity for free-to-play players to get one of the coolest skins in the game. I'm not saying that all free-to-play players deserved to have that. That's not how, like, you know, in real life, you usually have to pay for the good stuff, right? That's just the way that the world works. The problem here is that the Brawl Stars developers have kind of created this expectation that free-to-play players will be able to unlock the best stuff, right? When hypercharged skins first came into the game, there was a guaranteed way for players to be able to get, I forget if it was the Sovereign Rico skin or the Godzilla Buzz skin that came in first, but both of those were ways that players could guarantee get those skins, and there was a very clear and direct
Sovereign Rico was like, you have to play every single day and better not miss a day.
Demons, it wasn't a guarantee that you get one of the skins, but I did.
So Sovereign Rico was you had to play every single day and not miss a single day, and you had to get every single mega box, and you would get it by like 1 day left in the event. They ended up changing that. They ended up giving away way more boxes than they needed to, but that's how the Sovereign Rico skin was. Not Sovereign. Sovereign Rico is the bling one. Oh, maybe, no, it is Sovereign Rico. Sovereign Bling is the special one. The Buzz one was tied to your club, so all your club members were contributing to it, and then everybody in the club got it all at once. And then Angels and Demons was entirely random unless you spent $100. And then we got the Kenji one, and I think that's all of them, right? What up, AR? What up, what up, what up?
get one on all of my accounts that I was playing for free at the time. That's a small sample size of 2, but you get the idea here. The thing is that these events in the past have created a lot of hype because of the awesome free-to-play resources that people could get, and that hype was...
I do want to point out that they did give a legendary skin as well. So if you didn't get the hypercharge skin, you were still able to get the legendary skin, which is basically that hypercharge skin without the legendary aspect of it. So I mean, I feel like that's pretty cool, and I'm happy I got that legendary skin. You know what I mean? So I think that's cool. Yeah, AR knows. He DM'd me. AR DM'd me earlier, and he said, congratulations with Jay Gatsby raising his cup to me, which is super classy.
Was legit. People were sharing the game, telling people, come back to Brawl Stars, play Brawl Stars, because there's so many awesome free rewards here. And that just didn't happen with this event. It wasn't hyped enough because it kind of crushed people's dreams very early on, because they realized, oh, even if I'm a free-to-play player and I'm not the best, or I'm not in a great club, I'm not going to be able to get all the rewards. And whether or not players deserve to be able to get all the rewards, I think it matters, but I think what's more important here is the expectation that Supercell has kind of created in the past for previous events, right? Now, if Supercell wants to break away from that, and they're just like, hey, we're going to stop giving away so many free resources, you know, more power to them. I don't think that's the way to go. I think that the biggest, most hype events are when Supercell is giving tons of free resources away. I mean, we look at the 100 star drop event, we look at the legendary star drop event, the mega box event. Like, these were big things where players just got a ton of resources. It was awesome, and people really liked the game then, you know? I'm not saying that's the only reason people play Brawl Stars. You should play Brawl Stars because it's a fun game to play, because it really is. The gameplay is the best part of the game, in my opinion, not the progression. But it's just this expectation that people had of feeling like, I felt like I was gonna be able to get the prize, like, why, and not being able to get the prize. That sucks. Anyway, I'm gonna move on. The thing is this event was actually pretty good for cosmetics. Okay, progression didn't feel super great, but
we're like one relative.
If you were a hardcore player who didn't miss a day, who was in a good club, had a good enough skill to win all the contests, like, you can get all the skins. I got all of the skins on my free-to-play account, and, you know, other than the one that was locked behind the Brawl Pass, and on my skin-locked account, I got every skin for the brawlers that I had unlocked. I was actually missing some brawlers, and so I obviously couldn't get the skins for them. And on my free-to-play account, I did get the 200 sushi rolls required to get the prize hypercharge skin upgrade. On my skin-locked account, I wasn't able to, but I took quite a few days off and didn't really prioritize the event, because getting the hypercharge Oni Kenji skin is pretty much pointless, because I'm not going to be able to unlock Kenji for another 6 months maybe, and by that time I really hope that I will have beat Masters and I won't be playing on that skin lock account anymore. But anyway, that's you get the idea. The unfortunate thing here is that it seems pretty impossible for players to within a week of playing to be able to get it, so they just kind of gave up. And I think if it was a little bit more clear from the beginning that it was possible,
that's kind of what I was saying, is that, like, because it was so front loaded and it was so barren at the very beginning, it turned a lot of people, it's going to turn a lot of people off, especially young kids with short attention spans, from enjoying the whole event. You're more likely to stick through the event if you get your good rewards earlier and then progress through it. Or at least some decent rewards. Maybe not like the whole hypercharge skin. Maybe the hypercharge skin is saved for the very end. But getting like 2 or 3 skins and all that stuff early makes it more interesting and stuff. Or at least like set the bar a little bit higher to get the hypercharge skin, but shower us with whatever the event token is. Whether that's, you know, Krusty Cash, Toy Story, whatever that currency was, I forget. I don't really care. Wasabi, you know what I mean? Maybe do something like that is better to like raise the bar, but make it so we can get a lot of stuff very often, rather than like 3 sushis and then you're done for the day.
Even more players would have been more invested throughout the whole event, and you know, increasing the resources and the free stuff that people got. I think that would have been cool, but I don't know. Anyway, but the third group of people who really just want special events to be fun, I think this was the best part of the event. It was great. I enjoyed the manga aspect of it. The theme was really cool. They were going to have a really massive collaboration. We don't know what the collaboration was, though. This isn't insider information, but like I saw somebody say, I think that this was going to be a Naruto update or collab. And I was like, that makes sense. Look at all the skins. It's so cool. Like, and then for whatever reason,
could have been any Japanese or any anime type thing that's like semi ninja themed, because there's like plenty of them. I do agree that the event was extremely interesting from like a production side, like making a whole manga for it. The skins were very cool. The theme was awesome. The music was cool. You know what I mean? Like the even like the game modes and stuff were fun to play. So I was a fan of all that stuff. And I mean, I would have played the event more if I wasn't so damn busy in my real life, but I understand why people weren't super invested in it early on. And it's just for a trio. Imagine other trios with these kinds of events. I know exactly. Imagine one for like the Candy Kingdom or whatever we call Mandy, Chester, and Barry.
The collaboration fell
That'd be
through.
dope.
They had to redo a whole bunch of stuff. There was a mad rush. Massive props to the devs for actually redoing so much of this update that they had been working on for so long. Like, I'm sure that really sucked for them, and I think they deserve a big pat on the back for going through that and actually providing us with an awesome update. And I liked that there was actually plenty of time to get the best Wasabi powers before daily contests where it actually mattered the most. One of my biggest issues with previous events like this, like the Godzilla event, was that it was so hard for free-to-play players to actually get the Godzilla eggs because all the pay-to-play players could get all the really good stuff right at the very beginning, and free-to-play players.
How is that different for Wasabi though? Because Wasabi was literally the same thing. You could buy sushi right from the start and get all the sushi powers you wanted if you were willing to spend on it. So what does he mean by that?
Players that really struggled, but this is kind of like, this is the double-edged sword here, right? I didn't like that the progression and the resources was end-loaded in the event. But the benefit of that was that all the abilities were very front-loaded, and you were able to get lots of abilities early on so that you could actually compete later on when actually competing mattered the most. It was a very smooth transition, and I liked that a lot. Also, another complaint in...
Totally didn't do that. I know, right? I don't get what he's saying, because you're still only getting so many sushis through the beginning. And maybe he's saying, like, because it was easier to get Wasabi powers. I don't know, man. The egg one was just egg. The sushi multiplies. Okay.
Past events was how repetitive they were. You'd have to do the same thing over and over and over again. You just log in and do the same thing, and it's boring. This time, you had a different way to earn sushi each week. In fact, this was probably the least repetitive event that we've ever had.
I tried putting captions on it.
Remember right? I don't know. I really like the two new game modes that we got, the PvE and the PvEVP. If you know what those mean, cool, whatever. It was basically the two new events. And even with the contests, I actually really liked that you were able to choose one of the three modes to compete in. It was really good, and you could choose the mode.
Yeah, I like the PvPvE mode. I like that one a lot. And then he's right. It is cool that you got to pick what game mode you wanted to play for your contest. Because that's like just having to play, like, I don't know, going back to like Angels vs. Demons when it was Siege Day, it was super annoying to have to do your contest entirely on Siege, right? Or, you know, at least you had some autonomy over how you were playing the game. So I think that was a good addition. And I hope to see that they bring that back. You know what I mean?
Modes according to which Wasabi powers you actually had for your brawlers and which brawlers you had maxed out. It was really great. I loved the way that they did that. It was good. This was a very good event when it comes to like actually having fun playing Brawl Stars in a new way. Overall, I think on social media, people made the event look and sound worse than it actually was, even if it wasn't perfect. But I didn't feel like this event was particularly amazing. For me, the Angels versus Demons was really like the S-tier event. The progression was good. The cosmetics were good. The event was really fun to play. It was just...
I agree with that. You know, you had daily contests. You had... Or you know, every 3 days you had a new contest that was active the entire time. You got plenty of star drops from your contest and your daily rewards, and they were giving out free shit all the time. The skins were really good, and they even buffed star drops while you were working through the thing. And if I'm not mistaken, you didn't get, if I remember right, you didn't get your powers directly from the star drop. You got it after a certain number of star drops. So your star drops weren't going just to getting your powers, right? It was like you open 5 and then you unlock a power, and then you open another 10 and then you get another power, right? And then those ones that you either got a skin or you got progression, but it wasn't like you wasted it on just getting the temporary power, which I think is a major problem with the mutation eggs and the wasabi sushi. I didn't get the hypercharge skin. If it makes you feel better, I had to spend like fucking $70 on it. Another L from that one where the hypercharge skins cost $100 fucking dollars. That was the big L on that one for me, was they didn't guarantee a way to get the hypercharge skin for free. You had to spend money on it or get really lucky, but you couldn't do both. Or, you know what I mean? Like, but you couldn't get it just through playing the game, which I think was a big shortcoming. The only like big glaring problem of that event.
Just good all the way around. And big events like that really built up an expectation within the community for everything to be awesome, especially when it comes to progression. And the sushi event, it really wasn't bad, but it just wasn't as good as previous ones, and that made it look bad. I don't know if I've summed up people's feelings really well. Maybe I'm missing something massive and people are like, Aris, you're a complete idiot. That's not how we feel about the event at all. Cool, whatever, you can let me know in the comment section below. But maybe also the community sentiment that I saw was way off. Maybe Supercell actually saw really good numbers and data in response to this
we're
event.
20 minutes into this, and he hasn't even talked about Kaze.
What the sushi?
We got clickbaited.
You know. Okay, Kaze, the real hot topic. First ever ultra legendary brawler, and she costs 5,500 credits to unlock for free, which is almost enough to unlock both a mythic and a legend.
It's entirely too much. We're free to play, able to get the Kenji hyper skin. Yes, if they played like every single day and did the event damn near perfect. Yes, they were. 5,500 credits is entirely too much. I realized how much it wiped out all my savings. Not that my savings wasn't going to get wiped out anyway, but it wiped out all the credits I was sitting on pretty much. And the next time they drop one, I'm not going to have that to fall back on, and I'm going to have to spend gems to get the brawler on day one. So I hope they balance it a little bit or give us some way to bank credits again, because this shit ain't going to slide next year. When they drop a ultra legendary next year, people are definitely going to bitch because there's no credit bank to sit on now.
Legendary brawler. And she was available for an offer for $50 US, which is the equivalent of 5 whole brawl passes of progression, which actually insane. Let's just say, no, we're not just going to say this, but the community had a really big reaction to Kaze. And I actually agree with a lot of the issues that the community seemed to have with the ultra legendary rarity. At the same time, I know I kind of had a chuckle at how intense people were. Like, I saw some people saying that adding ultra legendary brawlers was the worst update in Brawl Stars history, which is just too strong of an opinion, right? Like, undeniably, the Gears update, the original Gears update, was just way worse. It's not even close. It single-handedly increased the cost to max by way longer than even the Hypercharge update. The real kicker here, though, the reason why I like it worse than the Hypercharge is because Hypercharges were fun, and Gears, they're way less fun and exciting to use than Hypercharges, and you actually get a ton of Hypercharges for free from star drops and special events and stuff like that.
A ton is way too generous. Kairos time. Be real. You might get one a month. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been on a streak with getting hypercharges, but realistically, that's because I was sitting on 3 legendary star drops waiting for Kaze. But realistically, you don't get a ton. You get one a month, maybe.
Like that. Like, so I have so many brawlers that have a hypercharge on them that I have not purchased the hypercharge for them.
And realistically, they just started getting generous with hypercharges like in January, you know, when they're getting to the end of the hypercharge release cycle. This time last year, we were not getting hypercharges like hotcakes. This time last year, it was hard to get a hypercharge. You basically had to buy it for gold.
On my free-to-play account, it's insane. It's like, it's crazy. This is so much better than Gears. The point here is that Supercell would have to add a ton of ultra legendary brawlers every year for it to be as bad for free-to-play players
Don't
as
tempt
the
them,
Gears
Kairos.
update or the hypercharge update. In terms of like time to max, that's really what I consider to be the biggest thing when I'm talking about like whether or not an update is good for free-to-play players. How much does this update increase the amount of time to max or decrease the amount of time to max? And I don't think this is going to increase the time to max at all, actually. Now you're probably like,
is he going to assume that they're really only going to release one a year when there's no guarantee that they will only release one a year? Is he going to go off that assumption? Because again, like I've said to you guys, there's no guarantee that they're only going to release one a year. They've never officially said anything that there's only going to be one a year. That's speculation from people on like Reddit or Twitter or shit. I personally tried to go out of my way to find where they said that, where that quote came from. and I couldn't find anything. I put Sorty on it, and if Sorty knows anything, it's where to find obscure quotes like that from the devs, and he couldn't find anything. And it's like, I don't know where people are pulling that shit out of their ass. If they add 3 ultra legendary brawlers in a year, we are not going to have all the brawlers. Like, it's plain and simple. Now, I'm not saying they're going to add 3, but I won't be shocked if they do. Kairos is meat riding. He doesn't know us free to play. He doesn't know. He acts like he knows the struggle, but he doesn't want to say the struggle. And I also hate speculation of assuming a company is going to do right by the players, because, like, sure, Brawl Stars has earned some benefit of the doubt. They have done right by their players in the past, but the leash needs to be kept short, in my opinion, because the minute you give them any slack, they will pull you, and they will drag your ass through the mud if you don't hold them accountable for the shit they do. So that's my job. That's my opinion. Like, they do earn some slack, but you can't let them get away with a lot of that. So, like, if they drop another ultra legendary brawler, if they announce one at the end of June, coming in August, September. If they announce another ultra legendary brawler coming in August or September, we need to riot about that, because that's not cool, man. We just dropped 5,500 credits on this brawler, and now you're going to drop another one in 2 months? That's crazy. They'll add 12 ultra legendary brawlers a year if you get... Yes, exactly. They'll add 12 ultra legendary brawlers a year if we let them get away with it. If we keep playing the game and we're like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. If that becomes the new standard, just like how they were dropping mythics and legendaries nonstop. At the end of 2023, when they removed the gem costing Brawl Pass, exactly, shit like that. That's shit that they got away with and nobody cared. People glazed them for that. People glazed them for that because they gave them an extra 1,000 coins from the free side of the pass, instead of not recognizing that, you know, they could have just done that and it wouldn't have changed the game all that much. But no, people glazed them for it. They're like, the new Brawl Pass feels so good. I remember OG Brawl Stars being like, the new Brawl Pass feels like I'm actually progressing now. It's crazy, bro. Right, and you're also going to be getting 1 legendary brawler and 1 ultra legendary brawler a year at worst, at best, you know. I don't know, man.
Like, how is that even possible? They're adding...
Oh, and to your point about the removal of the gems for Brawl Pass for gems, if you didn't know, at the exact same time, I believe it was Apex Legends was removing their free way to get their battle pass, and their players actually boycotted the game and made Apex walk that shit back. And it's like, I saw the community I'm in lay down and take it, and then on the other side of the pond, a real gaming community say, fuck no, we're not dealing with that. That's bullshit. And the company had to fold to them. And it's like, man, why can't we be like that? Why can't we riot? All right.
Ultra legendary brawlers into the game. That's way more expensive than all the other brawlers. How could that not possibly increase the time to max? It's because credits aren't even close to being the limiting factor for a maxed account. The biggest bottleneck by far to a max account is...
Literally all we've been doing is reacting to Kairos Time's 36-minute long video of his opinion thing. But anyway.
Coins. It's in like way higher. The second bottleneck is PowerPoints. Again, way higher than credits. Credits isn't even close to being a bottleneck. You will have every single brawler unlocked in the game for years before you have a maxed out account. Years. Actually, I don't know if I should say years.
It's been an hour of this.
At least a year. I don't
sorry,
know
Kank.
that
Sorry.
for sure.
I told you it was going to take some time, man.
But I have a
I told you it was going to take time.
That has every single brawler unlocked, and
I've learned general rule of thumb is you take the length of the video, so this is 36 minutes, and then you double it. And that's how long it's going to take me to react. Because I'm going to stop and talk for a few minutes every couple of minutes. So general rule of thumb, not always science, but you take the length of the video, double it, and that's how long we're going to yap for.
Every brawler is at power 9 or higher. In rough napkin math in my head, I don't think I'm going to have the account maxed out for at least
speed.
Another year and a half, maybe.
I'll be fair. I'll be honest. He rambled a little bit in the middle here talking about Wasabi powers and the progression and all that. He could have got through that. I feel like he made bullet points and didn't make a script, which is what I do, but I'm better about it.
I don't know. We'll see. It's got some time. Like, the coin bottleneck is insane. Now, I'm not saying that I'm 100% fine and happy with ultra legendary brawlers. I definitely have concerns, okay? Don't make me the bad guy here. I'm just putting out the numbers. Time to max, not increasing at all. Kaze, ultra legendary, unless they're adding, 4 ultra legendary brawlers a year, which if they did that, I would be very concerned. But unless they did that, time to max isn't increasing. I do have concerns. I'm just saying that people are making this seem a lot worse than it actually is. And I'm sure a lot of people that are hearing me say this are wanting to argue the point that adding ultra legendary brawlers is actually super pay to win because they will be stronger than every other brawler in the game. And that may happen temporarily, but thankfully Brawl Stars, they don't do balance on their brawlers according to rarity. I know that doesn't seem to make sense because a lot of
he's focusing it more on progression side rather than actually being able to obtain the brawlers. So part of the problem I don't think he's considering entirely is if you're working on unlocking Kaze and they drop the next brawler they drop is a legendary brawler. So you're gonna have to spend 5,500 credits to get Kaze, and then you're gonna be back another month trying to unlock that legendary brawler, and then if they drop a mythic brawler after that, then you're going to be back another month trying to unlock that mythic brawler. You know what I mean? It keeps you on that wheel forever. And it's not that big of a deal if you have all the brawlers to begin with, but the minute you start falling behind, it snowballs, and I don't think he's considering that. I don't know how the math actually works out like that, but in my head, it's like constantly charging things on a credit card and never paying off the interest. You're going to get buried eventually.
Games do. Like, I don't know, if you look at like gacha games like Genshin Impact or something like that, like the most expensive characters are the best in the game. That's not how they do it in Brawl Stars. They do try to make new brawlers slightly stronger on...
Ron Boy, I don't even know who you are. What do you mean start playing? You could play the game. You got a phone. See you later, buddy.
Release than average, because whenever they release a brawler that's underpowered, that brawler typically has a really poor play rate for a long time. It takes a long time for people to like start playing the game, playing that brawler again. It takes years for that brawler to recover, and that's not good. They want to add new brawlers into the game that are fun. People want a fun new strong player or brawler to play with. It's just more fun. That's just better for everybody, as long as it's not like dominantly way too OP, right? But while they try to like lean more towards releasing brawlers a bit too strong rather than a bit too weak, their genuine goal really is to land on balance. I know it doesn't always feel like that, and we know that they've made mistakes in the past, but they've also corrected those mistakes and have proven that they want to...
You got here, sir, and we yap for a bit before we play. And then we yap more than we play, and we play less than we yap. What's up, Logan? How you doing?
Have a well-balanced meta, not just competitively, but across the board. I mean, but even competitively.
What does he mean?
Let's just take a look at the most recent Brawl Cup tournament that happened, I don't know when I'm releasing this video, but a week or so ago. There were definitely a few brawlers that were picked and banned.
We yap, then we rap.
But we also saw one of
I'm gonna play for like another hour. I'll play for an hour or so.
Of brawlers on the competitive stage because Brawl Stars is trying to balance every brawler to give them some sort of place competitively in some way. So
it's impossible, and there were brawlers that didn't even get picked or banned. They just, like, I don't know what you mean by that, Kairos. Not every brawler is actually viable. There are brawlers that are just total dog water, like Doug. Doug was not, he might have been played. Who knows? I didn't pay attention, but like Doug, never banned or played.
So I'm actually good with Kaze releasing a little bit too strong. I'm also confident that she will eventually become balanced with time because the devs don't balance brawlers based off of rarity. They never have. That's never been their philosophy at Brawl Stars. Their goal when...
Yeah, I don't think balancing brawlers off rarity is a good idea anyway.
Determining brawler rarity has a lot more to do with the uniqueness and complexity of the brawler and the amount of time that it takes to develop that brawler and create it. How long it takes to code it and all the animations, the graphics, everything that goes into creating that brawler. That's way more important for them when they're deciding the rarity for the brawler.
Guy.
And I think that this is actually my biggest concern with the ultra legendary rarity. What I'm worried about is Supercell releasing ultra legendary brawlers that just don't have enough complexity or uniqueness to justify the ultra legendary cost. Kaze,
all they're going to do with ultra legendary brawlers is take aspects of like 5 brawlers kits, combine them into one brawler and be like, here you go, brand new brawler, all yours, buddy, have fun, because that's what they did with Kaze. Like, she's got Sandy Super, she's got Bell's Mark, she's got form changing like Surge or like Meg or Buzz Lightyear, you know what I mean? Like, it's just different aspects of brawlers combined into one and being like, here you go, brand new brawler. Even though it's all shit we've already seen before.
Is in my opinion, the most complex brawler in the game. We certainly had a few brawlers, you know, in the game that are kind of like a 2-in-1 sort of feature, right? But like, honestly, none of them do it like Kaze. She has 2 sets of attacks, 2 sets of supers, 2 sets of gadgets, 2 sets of star powers, 2 hypercharges. She even has 2 sets of voice lines, 2 sets of pins, along with 2 sets of animations and 2 different brawler models, depending on which mode she's in, right? She is 2 brawlers and is the truest 2-in-1 brawler in the game. That means that she takes twice the time to develop compared to other brawlers. Now, I don't know if she actually did require twice the time to develop or not.
We have a brawler who can control the wind.
Looking at like what she brings to the
Gale blows people with his leaf blower.
Table, I could see her requiring twice the dev time to make than other brawlers. I want that. I want complex brawlers.
It's a snow blower. It blows. It blows.
In the game that require more effort for the devs to make. But the devs can't...
Isn't it called Blustery Blow? And I'm pretty sure that means windy.
Justify doing that without it being worth it for them, right? If we look at Brawl Stars as a business, just any business, if a product requires twice the amount of time and effort to create, it's only fair for a business to request twice the cost. It's truly logical. And honestly, though, actually, even then, a lot of times they'll give it on a discount. It won't be $100.
But $50, bro. $50 is too much. $50 for a mobile video game. That's what people who consider themselves real gamers, like console and PC gamers, who shit on mobile games, that's literally what they complain about. Like, it's literally what people are like, yeah, I don't play mobile games because they're all just rip-offs. They want $50 for a character in a video game and $100 for a skin in a video game. And guess what? Brawl Stars has done that. Both of those things. $100 for the Edgar or Mortis Hypercharge skin, and now $50 for early release Ultra Legendary Brawler. Like, that's just cringe. And it's like, Brawl Stars was never like that before, and now it's sad to see them be like this. You know what I mean? Everything's about the bottom line, it feels like, nowadays.
100% twice the cost. And if we were looking at Kaze being twice the cost, she would actually cost over 7,000 credits. So she is discounted in some ways. I don't know. You guys get what I'm saying here, right? In life, if you want a better product, you pretty much always have to pay more in some way. I don't think that Ultra Legendary Brawlers should be any different, but I am concerned that we won't get Ultra Legendary Brawlers
Ultra Legendary
that
skins
are twice as fun to play.
Possibly.
Or that are twice
that could
as
just be a
complex,
hypercharge
or that
skin,
are
though.
as like
no, that's
ultra
hypercharge.
Unique, right? I'm worried. That's what I'm worried about. In my opinion, Kaze really is like the bare minimum for how cool future Ultra Legendary Brawlers need to be. And if we get a Ultra Legendary Brawler that is less cool or less complex, less fun, less ultra than Kaze, I'm going to be upset. I think the community should be too. Like, we should hold these Ultra Legendary Brawlers to a much higher like requirement and standard than all the other brawlers. That's what I think. But if the developers can hold to the Ultra Legendary rarity standard and keep those brawlers the quality high, I'm going to be fine with the new rarity. More than that, I would actually welcome it happily.
They better keep their promise and only release one
compared to other brawlers.
Sems, I was saying this, man. They didn't ever officially say they're only going to do 1 year. I think that was just speculation. Me and Sorty both could not find where any of the community managers were actually quoted saying they would only release 1 a year. I don't know where that quote came from, and I could not find it anywhere. So there's no promise, as far as I know. I swear they said it. I couldn't find it anywhere, man. I looked all over Twitter. I checked all 4 manager accounts, couldn't find it. Checked Reddit, couldn't find it. Couldn't see any screenshots of it. Sorty looked for me too. He couldn't find it. Because I remember when I was doing my last video where I did the Brawl Stars W's and L's from you guys, I wanted to include that, and I couldn't find it anywhere.
I want ultra cool brawlers in the game that require twice the dev time to make. Now, I don't know that everybody wants
I'll never
that.
spend money on Brawl
Stars.
Stars.
People that are like, no, I like
Supercell,
brawlers
you
to be
can't make
simple,
me.
man. This is too complex for me.
They didn't mention it in Brawl Talk. I don't think they did.
Players do
because I feel like it
want
would have been like
complexity.
screenshotted or quoted or
I
something.
think, at least. I think they want to have brawlers that are twice as fun to play. And the ultra legendary rarity does.
And I
allow
also
for
watched
that
Brawl
to
Talk
happen
like
in a
multiple
way that
times.
benefits both the players and the developers. Now, it will take brawlers a long time to unlock Kaze for free. I saw some people arguing that she'll take 6 months to unlock. If you're playing most every day, I think that it's going to be closer to like maybe 2 months for a free-to-play player to get her. That is based off.
So it's going to take you 2 months to unlock the ultra legendary brawler. In that time, you're going to have 2 more brawlers stacked up. And then by the time you get those, there's going to be at least another 2 brawlers coming out. You see the problem there? Where you're constantly going to be back 1 or 2 brawlers. And then the minute they add a second legendary brawler, you're back 4. You know what I mean? Like, you'll never, it's like they want to keep you on that hamster wheel trying to unlock things.
My free-to-play account where I unlock 90 brawlers in 840 days. If we base off of just that, then the average would take 34 days for an active free-to-play player to get an ultra legendary brawler. But that's actually really not a fair example because that average actually includes special events, unlocking brawlers from star drops, a whole lot of other stuff that we just can't count on reliably. But it's definitely not going to take 6 months for players to get ultra legendary brawlers like some people are claiming. At least not if you are playing actively. If you're not playing actively, yeah, it could take 6 months. But then, like you're playing not actively. You don't deserve to get every brawler unlocked if you're not playing the game, right? Honestly, what I love about this, though, is that people are clearly passionate about this. I think it is important for you guys to share your concerns in a constructive manner that's not, you know, don't ever like target individuals or anything like that. Like, remain human, be nice to people. And I just understand why people are upset about this. It's expensive. 5,500 credits will take a long time for free-to-play players to unlock. Spending the money on it, I mean,
I might
so
quit
much
if
money.
I have to wait 2 months for a
better
brawler.
ways for you guys to spend money on it.
As long as there's a brawler you're not interested in, it's not that big a deal,
will be
right?
nice for 2 reasons that I don't see enough people talking about. First of all, the ultra legendary rarity will effectively work as a credit bank to prevent credits from going into fame before new brawlers release, or for you to be able to better choose which brawlers you want to unlock. Like when
So he's saying that because ultra legendaries hold more credits than every other, if you don't want the ultra legendary brawler, you can switch. Like I believe Kank mentioned earlier, you can switch when the new brawler comes out, and if you're over on a surplus, it'll move those credits to that brawler and unlock. I guess that kind of makes sense if you're a free-to-play player.
When it comes to like the new brawlers and stuff like that. The second thing is honestly my biggest issue on my free-to-play account is that I unlock brawlers way faster than I can upgrade them. And so what happens a lot of the time, even on my skin locked account, it's a real big problem. I will get quests for brawlers that I don't have upgraded, and then I just get wrecked. Like, I don't know. A couple of years ago, Brawl Stars increased the power discrepancy between upgrade levels. And back then,
An update that he said was good, even though everyone knew it was bad.
I'm eating crow. I thought that it was an okay decision. Now it's just like...
yummy crow. Nummy, nummy, nummy. It feels good, doesn't it, Kairos, to eat those words when it feels good to outskill a player that's upgraded more than you because you're better? That was your words, Kairos. We all knew you were lying through your teeth.
I don't know. I hate it. I really wish they would not have done that. And so I apologize to all the people that I said that I thought that was a good idea. I think it was a terrible idea. I wish they would go back.
Oh, it feels so good. I remember when he said that. Oh, I was so mad when he said that. It was so funny. Feels good, man.
Because playing underleveled brawlers just really sucks now. And I hate having to play a quest for a brawler that's underleveled because I don't have the power points and coins to upgrade that.
Oh, we don't need to lament in his sadness, all right? We heard it once. It feels good already. When it finally affects him, he realizes exactly.
Brawler, you know? It's just really sucks.
And it's funny because I say this as a player who has the ability to max out brawlers immediately, and it never really affects me truly. But what I do know is that you may not be that person, and you may upgrade your brawlers to level 9 and hold them there because that's all you can afford to do. And, you know, you get your star powers and you get your gears and all that. But wait a minute, stream XP resets extreme? Yes, it does. But anyway, like I was saying, the power discrepancy being, 20% between 11 and 9? That's just not fair. And it changes so many interactions that he just wasn't talking about. You know how I know that? Because that's how Clash Royale is. That's how Clash Royale works. Those exact numbers are Clash Royale's numbers. And Clash Royale is a bullshit game. All right, let's continue on.
And in my opinion, having maxed out brawlers is just way more important than having more brawlers. That's true for completing quests. It's true for playing ranked. It's been true in so many other situations, special events included. And having ultra legendary brawlers in the game will give free-to-play players more time to focus their resources on upgrading existing brawlers to competitive levels. I 100% get why some people are going to disagree with me. And it would be super dope if Brawl Stars would just make cooler brawlers for the exact same cost as existing brawlers. If I could have Kaze and have her only cost as much as a legendary brawler, obviously that's what I would want. It's human nature for us to want more for less. But that's just not the way that the world works. Now, if it ends up that we end up getting less for more, yeah, we should be upset about that. I would hope that the community would be aware enough to voice their frustration if that happens with ultra legendary brawlers. And I think it's good for us to hold the developers to a higher expectation.
My concern isn't even quality of brawlers, of these ultra legendary brawlers. I feel like they do a decent enough job with every brawler that comes out to the point where we're never going to be upset and be like, man, these brawlers are terribly designed. Maybe once in a while you get a Hank type brawler or whatever. My concern is them just arbitrarily slapping the ultra legendary brawler on there way too often, or even, like has been pointed out in chat, them upgrading the new standard, because right now mythic brawlers are kind of the standard for new brawlers that come out. Once in a while we get once in a while we get an epic, once in a while we get a legendary. For the most part, you can almost bank on one of the two brawlers being mythic. Now if they up that standard to legendary being the new standard, and once in a while we get an ultra legendary, once in a while we get a mythic, and we rarely get epics anymore, that's a big problem in my opinion, because it just raises the floor of how much everything else costs. And that's what I worry about with it. It's not necessarily quality of brawlers, it's where the brawlers land on that price scale. Not just ultra legendary brawlers. It's every brawler landing out higher up on that price scale because of the existence of ultra legendary.
Legendary brawlers because of it.
We're almost done. We're almost done. 3 minutes. Bear with me, chat.
To hold us to a higher expectation when they deliver more to us. To some
Mythic's
extent.
Gonna be the new epic big sad.
This is a free-to-play game. Most people are just going to play it for free, and it's going to be awesome. With that said, ultra legendary, is that really the best name that we could come up with?
For real, I'm with you on this. I'm with everybody on this. Ultra legendary is stupid.
I'm not good.
They might change the name of Ultra Legendary. It's an easy change, and it won't really change a whole lot.
I get it. I get this feedback. I actually agree. To the point where I actually spent like a good hour trying to come up with a cooler term, which I'm sure is way less than the developers spent trying to come up with a better name for it. And I couldn't think of anything that I felt like was really worth it or better than legendary. Right? I've seen people suggest the ultimate rarity. I don't feel like that really fits. It just sounds like they're just better versions of already exist. Like an ultimate makes it seem like you would have ultimate Colt, right? Like, and Colt is like in his ultimate form.
My theory is Clash Royale devs saw the sinking ship, rarity, then switched really to Brawl Stars and secretly kidnapped Frank. And he has been less vocal lately.
Kind of sounds like the Brawler.
Same thing with Danny too.
Like Dynamite, he's kind of ancestral, right? Divine or Exalted. They kind of work like a divine.
Those are too big of words for the Brawl Stars community, though. Divine and Exalted, they probably couldn't read that if you wrote it down on paper. They probably can't spell that. I can't spell that. You think that a 9-year-old with a tablet's going to be able to spell that shit?
Brawler, but like that almost makes it sound like religious, which I don't know. I mean, I just don't think that's the way the Brawl Stars wants to go. The one rarity that I could come up with that I think is actually like kind of cool would be like the star rarity. I feel like that fits Brawl Stars the most, but at the same time, star is just used so much in Brawl Stars between star drops, the star road, Brawl Stars, like so much. I don't know. Maybe even that doesn't feel cool enough. Yeah, I don't know. I did actually see one person suggesting just calling it Ultra. I actually like just Ultra more than
Divine
Ultra
sounds
Legendary.
angelic.
I don't know.
Give us a rare instead of this bullshit. Exactly. Make her rare.
Your guys' thoughts. If you guys could come up with something better, please.
Make her the Verity Brawler. Verity Gaming.
Anything. Because Ultra Legendary, it just sounds kind of lame, but I don't know. It might be
I think Ultra Rarity would be fine. I think that would have been good.
Change the name. Complete side note. If anybody tries to take clips from this video without context in order to make me look bad or whatever, I would appreciate you guys downvoting them or shaming them for doing so. I think it's so dumb when people take one small clip of me.
Don't clip chimp him. All right, so we watched it in its entirety. I think he made some good points about the event being a little bit boring and being too backloaded. I like those points, and I get what he's saying about Ultra Legendary possibly not increasing from his perspective, but I don't think he's considering the big picture of things, like falling back behind on your brawlers and stuff like that and all that. I'm clipping him now. And I'm glad that he actually was able to recognize and admit that he recognizes that the change to power scaling was a bad thing. So overall, not a terrible video. I think he made some good points. I don't fully agree with him like I normally do, but I do think he did okay. What's the community leaderboard? It's a new YouTube feature that tracks you, like, earn XP as you chat more and all that stuff, and then like it just ranks people. So it resets every stream, so it's not something that like needs to be like super coveted. But if you hang out, you'll get more. Yeah, I think it's a nice feature, but the problem I have with it with YouTube in general is that they always make half steps for a lot of their features they add. So like, what's the point of earning XP if we can't do like a gamble feature like they do on Twitch, which is what I feel like they were trying to go for. But maybe in the future we'll get something cool like that. All right, chat, let's actually play some Brawl Stars for the first time in, like, I don't know, 4 streams. You guys have been waiting for it. I've got a couple complaints already. Let's just get into it. Hold on a second. Okay. Do not disturb, correct? Yeah. Bum, bum. Here we are, chat. Oh my god, I keep clicking on the wrong fucking button. Bum. Kank with the renewed membership. W's in chat for Kank. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. What's the music? It's called It's called Orange Lounge. Moga. It's Orange Lounge MOBA Moga HQ. Are you playing the new game mode? Wink. W, Kank, wink. We can play the new game mode if you guys want. I was going to push my Kaze if you guys want. If not, we can play the new game mode. I don't really care anyway. I think you accidentally raised the volume a bit. Of what? My computer? Oh, you know what? It's because I raised it for Kairos, so then the player, when I switched, updated that side. All good. The background music, there you go. My bad, my bad. It's because I again, I turned it up for Kairos, then when my player updated over here, it just became a big mess. No, that's the event, right? No, it's Brawl Arena, double trophies. Double trophies? Sheesh. This is 5v5 too, right? Why is Godzilla in the back? They reused the background. Crazy, right? The screen feels so empty without sushi over it. It's 3v3? What? How are you going to make a mobile mode and it's only 3v3? What the fuck? What are we doing here? I'm oinking right now. Cow, you need help, brother. You need to see a therapist, sir. The crab is broken in this mode. Is it? Lobster Larry? B money. Should I play Kaze or should I switch? What's good here? Pearl push when? Right fucking now, buddy. No, I'm just kidding. I do need to work on it, though. The problem is I can get it in one day. So maybe Saturday we sit down and push Pearl. Where's she at? and then we make a video out of it. But last time we tried to do it on stream, it didn't go well. But, oh, you know what? We're still a ways off. I thought I was only 2K away. We're still 4K off, which is more than one day pushing it. Let's go. What is LNL gonna do? I have no idea. I didn't play LNL. All right, so I truthfully did not look at anything. I know how to play a MOBA, so I'm not too worried about this. I probably know how to play better than most Brawl Stars kids. I'm just focusing on my farm here. Just focus on my farm. I'm level 5. I don't know about you guys, but I'm level 5. I'm fucking huge, buddy. Oh my god, she killed me somehow. I was gonna say, she steal my bots? No way. This mode is chaos. It's not that bad, right? How do these bots work? Is it on a timer? Oh my god, I'm feeding now. I'm feeding! Dino, you're leaving me! What tower are we losing? The left one? Alright, chat. I don't know if I know how this works. Apparently I don't. I'm not carrying like I thought I would be. Their tower is down here, right? Oh, I actually fell apart. I died like 3 times and I'm done now. Alright, I'm level 10. We need to focus on getting damage done. Yeah, we didn't get any tower pressure done. Oh, everyone's leaving. We wasted too much time on reacting. Feels bad, man. I don't know if Pearl was the wave. Another brawler that can do good damage. I don't understand how the center works. Be on the lookout for Kaiju. A massive beast can change the outcome. So, like, you stand on the center. No, it just spawns farms, right? Miko and Lily's crazy. I think we kind of got owned. Hear me out, you know?
Hell yeah, let's do this.
There's bots in the center. That's how you get XP. Okay, so they just spawn on a timer. Just like a normal MOBA's jungle farm. Griff can be good. Yeah.
Hell yeah, let's do this.
Why did I activate that there? If I can get my damn super up. Edgar's actually a crazy pick in my opinion. I don't think I want to use my super on anything other than brawlers. Taking damage. We need more bots. Where are our bots? We got bots. Game over. Let's go. Easy dubs. Get close to one of the turrets and super. Well, the problem is the turrets super you, or the turrets destroy you. You need your bots in front of you. I don't know if you've ever played a MOBA before, like a legit MOBA, but you need your turrets in front of you to actually do, or you need your bots in front of you so the turret doesn't shred your ass. I think I'm down with Bell, maybe. You think Bell could work? No, you know what? I kind of like Mo. What do you think, Mo? Never played a MOBA. Understandable. Yeah, MOBA is all about farming bots, getting your level higher than your opponents, and then using your bots as distractions for the turret. Money, you going left or right? Or are you going mid? I don't know how Mo's gonna do. Clancy was pretty good at holding down lane. All right, we are just sitting here working, making sure we're holding down the right lane. Then we immediately die to the Jackie, who I have not seen. I've played League of Legends once. So this is what Siege is actually supposed to be like, just so you guys know. I'm too close. I need to back up. See, I don't understand how they're getting their bots higher level than ours already. I'm level 4 here. I should probably be helping my team out. I hear a bunch of hypercharges going on over here. Amber's actually a really good pick because she's very good at dealing with teams and mobs. Are you enjoying yourself? It's fine. I'm still having a hard time figuring out what brawler to pick. We have the towers now. We just need to get some pressure on them now. Because we don't really have any, like, lane control. There's pressure on the right side. Maybe I abandon left, defeat the Kaiju. So now the Kaiju's going to push up our lane, right? Woo! Turboy's huge, man. Turboy's 13. What was I doing all game? Did we, like, get a Kaiju? Like, what happened? They're all level 10. Turboy's 15. That's wild, man. We got their main tower down to 15. Or down to 50. Gotta keep Kaiju in the center. First this thing down. Let's go. Jesus. All the Kaiju gave was a bunch of XP, lame. Is that all it does? It's got to give you some kind of buff too, right? Alright, become stronger by gaining XP. Stay close to your teammates and gain arena XP for their takedowns. Bigger they are, the harder they fall, and get more XP you get. See how it says Kaiju boost? Does it explain it anywhere in news? Katana Kingdom. This is Super Mix It Up. 4 chapters. This is all last season. God damn it. We'll have to look up the rules for Wasabi Power or Wasabi. I did not love Mo there. I felt like he struggled a little bit. 15-1 rats MVP. 151 rats MVP. Who else could be good? Chuck could be wild, but I feel like he's too aggressive. A tank could be nice. You want something that's going to be able to take out the tower pretty easy. I'm going to go Carl. You get a buff for defeating the kaiju? I think you do. Because we had like yellow auras around our characters, if you notice, and I think it gave us like increased movement speed or something. All right, so what I want to do is I want to make sure I'm focusing on the middle a little bit more. Do I get XP when I'm dead? So we take an early tower deficit, unfortunately. I wasn't ready for the M to actually be in my lane. What is all that noise? Dude, I thought I could get her. You can do chip damage to the turrets with the gadget. Yeah, that's my plan. Yeah. Oh, the hyper bear is on the tower. Holy shit. Nita OP? All right, get the Bruce out of there immediately. No, don't let them get the XP. I think they stole the XP there. I need a more tanky bot so I can actually use my super on the tower and take it out. All right, both their towers are down. That's good. All right, I gotta back up and heal. Gotta back up and heal. Help me! They're in my lane! I oink every time you XP up. Dude, all towers are down? Shit. Oinking vigorously. The hypercharge effect comes out every time or someone else leveling up. Oh god, it is annoying. We got the buff. We got the buff. I don't know what the buff does, but we got it. Easy dubs. Easy dubs. We're kind of cooking them, chat. Turboy is low-key carrying. Actually, it's high-key, but we don't talk about that. I get a star drop? Super rare?
Time to take out the rubbish.
I'm only here for the trophies.
All right, I actually think the mode's kind of fun. Carl was the play. I feel like Carl was good. The only problem is he's so susceptible to knockbacks, and of course there was a fucking M's in my lane, so I couldn't use my super as aggressive as I would like. Let's try out. What's another brawler with piercing damage that could do good? Brawlers with piercing damage. I mean, Lumi's gonna cook, right? Should I risk my 21 win streak, Lumi? It's different me like. I'm low-key having fun, except this time when Miko... Except the time when Miko is playing. Draco with exposed star power. If I could get close enough to the safe, which I personally am not getting close enough, but I get what you're saying. Dude, they're in my lane! Yeah, Lumi kind of wrecks the save. Now, if I could just kill this Colt, we'd be cooking. Oh, we're lagging. I'm on my own home. My home Wi-Fi is lagging. Oh, I fucked up. I fucked up, chat. Can I play? Can I play? Can I play? Can I play? Where's my team? I want to help them, maybe. That's it. That's game. That's game. That's game. Let them cook. Easy dubs. I went 0 for 2 and we dominated. I feel like I didn't even do that bad. All right, Lumi is very good in this mode. Lumi is like a free 1K trophy brawler in that mode. So when we 1K Lumi eventually, we're probably going to use this mode. Alrighty, chat. Lumi cooks. Who else we taking? Jesse can low-key cook. I'm chilling out just watching this. I'm glad you're enjoying it. You destroyed those turrets pretty quick, yeah. I mean, Lumi's just got stupid damage, and you can auto-aim on the turrets, and you can use your gadgets to do more damage, too. And offer area control. Lumi's really good. We got a Kenji. Use the MOBA emotes. Do I have them? Oh, let me go right. Let me go right. So I think Jessie's going to be a pretty good brawler for this, too. Because of her bouncing shots. And then eventually you can use your turret to do damage to the turret. Oof, big oof. It sucks to lose lane there. It's fine. Alright, I'm going to heal up a little bit. I can't heal up. My turret's going to go down. And this is the power of Jesse, chat. And now I gotta hypercharge. I just need to get my supercharge back up. We're looking low on XP, unfortunately. I think they did just get a big burst there. Ah. I panicked and used a super. It'll do fine, because the super, we have like double turret defense right now. So they're going to have a hard time getting damage on that turret. Can Charlie work? Yeah, Charlie will work. Because it'll be reloading shots. Her shots will be bouncing back pretty quickly. See, I'm low level. I don't know how that happened to me, but it happened. Maybe I died too much. The Kaiju's going to spawn. If I could land a damn shot. Just let my assassin, just let my jungler do work. Easy dubs. Easy dubs. Yeah, Jesse's definitely OP. Look, they gave me play of the game. Torbjorn mode. Torbjorn, if you guys know Overwatch Torbjorn, his plays of the game are always just turrets doing work and Torbjorn fixing the turret. And that's what I just did. You know they mad as hell, too. They're like, dude, that Jesse didn't even do nothing the whole game. What did I get? I went 1 for 2 there.
Great spot.
Jelly's home. Jelly's home. I played 20 minutes of Overwatch. I played probably 60-ish hours, which is a lot for one game, but for a live service game like that, it's not a lot. Like, there's people with hundreds of hours. Torbjorn's the most annoying hero, dude. Agreed. So it's a lot, but it's not, like, crazy for a game like that. So, like, I think Melody and Chuck are bad brawlers because the turret's going to shred you, and you need to be very patient. Jesse and Penny are pretty decent, I think. Any brawler with piercing damage, I think, is the wave. So that's why Lumi's, like, super good. And Ems could be good. Amber's really good. The Rat's got good AoE. Let's go with Bo and see how we do. Lola, I can see Lola being decent. She does do very good damage, so you could dice up a turret pretty quickly. You just need to wait. She doesn't have piercing damage, though, so you need to wait for your bots to get on the turret. And then focus on the turret. And she's going to have a hard time taking the mobs down. Like, you're going to see him play Bo here, and he doesn't have piercing damage inherently, so it's going to be a little bit harder for him to take down the mobs in an efficient manner. Oof. That Jesse turret. Ugh. We gotta get that shit down. We're at a level disadvantage right away. Feels bad, man. All right, we gotta focus on our farms, not so much the lane's not lost yet. They know it's gonna be. Okay, get out of here.
Fly like an eagle.
There, boy, look out. I gotta heal up a little bit. I like how every time I say I gotta heal up a little bit and then I immediately shoot. Oh no, there's mines! I didn't know there was mines! I haven't been over here in a minute! Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Alright, we have a lot of pressure. I think they're out of towers, right? So we just need to get this kaiju here. We get this kaiju. Now we're cooking, chat. Now we're cooking. We got the kaiju buff. Honestly, that penny turret is shredding me.
There is no death, only a change of world.
Got him. Yeah, I don't love Bo. He's okay in this mode. He's got good damage on brawlers, but he has a hard time taking care of the mobs. So you want brawlers that are gonna do good at taking out the mobs. Like you see, like I went 4 and 2, but I feel like my damage wasn't quite there. Maybe it's me. Maybe better use of your mines or something is better. But I don't know. He has because he doesn't have piercing damage. It's kind of hard to take care of the mobs. Now, 500,000 damage. Is that how much you did? That's crazy, bro. Fucking wild. I feel like Barley could be okay. We'll give a thrower a try. Actually, somebody said Tick, right? Let's give Tick a shot. I'm just super interested in trying out different brawlers in this mode. I kind of enjoy it. I feel like it's a different pace. I don't want to see it in ranked, but I feel like for ladder, it's a lot of fun. I'm literally defeating boss HP. Nice. Let's see how Tick does. Tick's gonna have a hard time holding down lane. I'm gonna be straight up with you. But if we get Tick head cycling, it could be decent. This isn't a terrible matchup for me. I just got to be careful about the stew.
Double takedown.
You're like, I'm level 0 right now. That's a problem. Now, if we get to the end and we can take their tower down, I think we're doing a little bit better. Like if we can get to their main tower, I think we're doing a little bit better. Because everything is a little more compact up that way, but right now in the middle of the lane, we're struggling a bit, not gonna lie. I want to hold my super and throw it in the jungle to help out Turboy when he's in the mid. I'm just gonna use my main attacks on this tower. See, like, I'm never going to take these guys down. I'm never going to take these guys down. I need my teammates to come do this. Turboy, my hero. Is the right side locked? Dude, Turboy's level compared to ours is fucking insane. And I haven't even died. That's the crazy part. Like I'm just up here farming, but I'm having such a hard time. Like, see, I didn't think Tick was gonna be crazy because he has a hard time taking out the bot. Yeah, Turboy's level 15. We're level 10. Turboy's dominating. I went 2-0, did 200k damage. Turboy went 15-1. All right, so Tick, not my favorite brawler. So far, I think my favorite's Lumi. I think Lumi cooks pretty good for as far as like farming and holding down the lane. Turboy's making Ashe look easy mode. Who else did I like? Carl was pretty solid. Carl's definitely good. Cyberbullying and Brawl Stars. That is you, Turboy. That is your life. You are a cyberbully. Bot. Turboy carry. Accurate name. True and factual. All right, chat. We've been going for about 2.5 hours. I think I'm gonna wrap up and hang out with my wife. You guys have been real today. Tomorrow's Friday. Maybe I hang out with you guys tomorrow. What do you guys think? Maybe we push Kaze tomorrow. We won't react tomorrow. We wasted a lot of time doing a react today. But we'll just straight up play the game. How's that sound? We straight up play the game. Maybe if we don't push Kaze, maybe we farm up Pearl Mastery, because we should do that. We could work on it tomorrow and then finish it up on Saturday. That sounds like a good plan, right? I'll be there anyway, I think. Sweet. Dang, this was hard. Anyways, good night. What was hard? Cyberbullying? I thought you made it easy. All right, chat. So, we'll do better tomorrow as far as playing more. We won't waste an hour and a half yapping. Sound good? We don't have anything going on tomorrow, right? I mean, that's not till 6 o'clock. I gotta go get groceries, unless you want to do it. I mean, I gotta go. I leave at 11, though. I should probably stop over and see Eric. I'll do groceries, then come home, get changed, have some coffee, and then go see Eric. And then I'll come back, stream for a couple hours. Congrats. Oh, yeah, Jelly, everyone said congrats. I'll read you the message that I wrote to, yeah, I told them about they don't know the gender yet. I told them they're not allowed to know until my real family knows. Until my real family knows, because I don't want any of them to leak.
That was the most work I've ever seen laying down.
Holy shit, what is that? Chat! It's my birthday and I got a present! Hold on, chat.
I was gonna say you should be present with it. Like, there's not like a whole lot I got you. I split between Father's Day too.
Chat! She got me... It's lawn bowling, so I can bowl in my lawn! Holy shit! Don't tell me chat left, you're here. We got more presents, ready? I got slippers, because I've been asking for slippers since, like, February. Perfect season for slippers. I'm gonna sweat my little feet off in these, and then they're gonna stink. Yeah! Do you know how good this shit is? Do you understand what this is? Chat, go to Target and get this. This shit is amazing. I'm about to eat this whole goddamn jar right now, chat. This is Jif peanut butter and chocolate, and it tastes like the best thing that you've ever imagined, chat. Last but not least. Remember when we were doing the candy tier list, and I said cookies and cream Hershey's was the bomb? Bam. Well, we didn't do one. We were watching Jay Schlatt do it. Like white chunks or like chocolate mixed into it. It's chocolate mixed into it. Imagine like a Reese cup. That's what this kind of tastes like. And there's 50% less sugar. Thank God. Just straight up peanut butter? Brother, it's chocolate and peanut butter. And then Hershey Kisses. And that's everything, chat. And she's also pregnant, so that's cool. You just eat it by itself? No, I will probably eat it with bananas or apples. Hey, Jam, just want to say happy birthday. I have to go to work, so just thought I also bought a Switch. Enjoy your Switch, man, and thank you for the happy birthday. You better tear up the Mario Kart world. All right, chat, that's going to do it for today. Appreciate you guys. We will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow probably around 3 o'clock. All right, probably around 3. Give me a little extra time. We'll go from 3 to like 5:30ish, and then we'll try to stream Saturday probably earlier in the day because I would like to get one of my yard work things done. Sound good? So tomorrow we stream. Saturday we stream in the morning. GG's. All right, chat. See you later. Bye bye. Have a good day. Have a good time, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.